Back for another episode. This is episode 3, AAL2 Turf Talk. Last week, you got a chance to be introduced to the South Division. This week, you get a chance to be introduced to the East. This is your boy Cool McCain, your host, and I will be joined by coaches and or players from all the teams in the East that will give you an opportunity, an introduction to some, a reintroduction to some to the AL2 East Division. So with that being said, it's time to go ahead and get into it. So we'll start off right here with your Jersey Bearcats. Gentlemen, how we doing tonight?
Doing good, doing good.
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. Feeling blessed.
Sounds good, sounds good. So we'll start off by having you guys introduce yourselves, because I personally believe there's nobody better to introduce you than yourselves. So, Coach, we'll start with you. Please just let the people know who you are, of course, who you're representing, and any other information you'd like to just give them from the beginning.
You got it. My name is David Pinto. I coach the line, offensive and defensive line, for the Jersey Bearcats.
All right, and Nick, we'll go with you next.
My name is Nick Price. I'm a linebacker for the Jersey Bearcats. Been with the organization since 2020. Third year in the AAL2. Two-time champion with the organization as well.
Cool. And last but not least, Kyle.
How you doing? My name's Kyle Ward. I play wide receiver, a little bit of defense as well for the New Jersey Bearcats. Same, I've been with the Bearcats since 2019, two-time champion.
So, right off the bat, sounds like the Bearcats have been having a little success, right? So, y'all, kind of doing your thing a little bit. So, I'm assuming the expectation, and I'll ask all three of you gentlemen this question, is to compete for, if not win, another championship this year.
I mean, it belongs to us.
I love it.
Yeah, just to add to him, that's always the mentality. I don't think anyone goes into the season saying like, "Oh, we just want to be, like even or have a winning record." Everyone goes in with the mentality of championship or bust. So, we've had a lot of success in the past. So, we definitely want to get back to, winning a champion again, winning another championship.
Right.
Fair enough. So, Coach,
Sir.
with the team that you have that you've seen so far, what would be your assessment of how this team is right now? And obviously, where you are now would not be where you would be at the end of the season. But as of right now, from what you're seeing, where would you assess this team? Or better yet, how would you assess this team?
We have a lot of players that came back, a lot of experience, which is good. But we are looking to fill in some spots with some newer players. And to their credit, they have done an amazing job so far this camp, competing, practicing, competing in sprints, competing in drills, really trying to make a name for themselves. So, last year's team was very good, but we have a bunch of new hungry players that want to fill in some spots to work in with the guys that were there for last year. So it's pretty exciting.
It sounds like it. So, for those of you who maybe for some reason only catching this episode and have not been for the previous two, AL2 is a developmental league for football. So this is an opportunity for guys to develop, and not just players, but also coaches, in some situations, ownership as well. A chance to develop, a chance to grow, a chance to learn the nuances of what they need to do to possibly move on to other levels. So, Kyle and Nick, you guys have both been here for a few years. Do you feel as if the level of competition is similar, more even, how it is compared to the years past in AL from what you've seen so far, and even on your own team as well?
In my opinion, the competition across the board, I feel like it's gotten a bit better. A lot of eyes been on the league as the years have gone on. So you see a lot of guys that I've seen in semi-pro come on over into arena and have some success. Seen some guys go off to some really good places, into pro circuits and things like that. So I think the competition level has risen, with the more eyes that have been on the league. As far as the team, I think we get better every year, to be honest with you. We learn more. There's more experience. The older guys are helping out the newer guys, and you almost can't tell that the new guys are new guys. So I think the competition level is definitely rising.
Okay, Kyle, what are your thoughts, sir?
I definitely agree with him. Seems like when we first started, we won a championship, and you get a lot of the doubters that are like, "Oh, they're not that good."
Mhm.
Then you get some teams that come in, you get some players that come in the league that, are of the same caliber, and it just continues to rise every single year. So I definitely agree with Nick on that.
All right, another question for both of you gentlemen. So, as guys have been here for a couple of years, you've kind of seen guys come and go from your own organization. Guys maybe get called up. Guys maybe just not a good fit, maybe leave for whatever reasons. How is it to be a guy that's been there and kind of be maybe not a designated, but definitely a leader within your different, groups, your sides of the ball, and things like that? For guys that may be coming in as either new to indoor football or at least new to the organization.
Uh, in my opinion, it's a good feeling, honestly. Of course, you always want to, make it to the next level yourself, but like me personally, I'm a personal trainer, so I love to help others. Having guys come in, new guys come in who are new to the game, raw to the game, teaching them, the ins and outs of arena, and helping them get to the next level. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of what he said, yeah, it's definitely a great feeling to see guys around you. Like one David Ross, met the guy last year. He came in, worked hard. Now he's a Carolina Cobra. And formed a friendship with him. That lasts forever. So another thing is, like, also piggyback off of what Kyle said. I'm one of the guys he helped. He actually brought me into the arena and trained me up. So it's definitely a good feeling, and you definitely meet some good people.
I like it. I like it. So, Coach, as someone who gets a chance to see the guys in practice, you're obviously working on the offensive side of the ball. But let's look at the defense for a second here. As someone who sees this defense in practice every day, do you feel like this defense is continuing to improve, and this is a defense that not only against its own offense but against other teams is going to be able to get stops when needed, make plays when needed, possibly get turnovers, and kind of hold up well throughout the season, even with the possibility of some of the players maybe not being there by the end of the season?
Yeah, well, offensively, we were explosive last year. We did a lot of great things on offense. Our defense has given us so many fits this camp. As frustrating as it is offensively, it's exciting to see as a member of the team. So, we're dropping back. We're throwing interception. Linebackers doing a great job running to the ball, trying to strip the ball out. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating because these are things we need to work on as an offense. But if you're a football, if you're a football coach or if you're a football fan, this is it's exciting to see, knowing that your defense was good last year, but could have been better, and has been lights out so far this camp. It's uh, it's something to look forward to.
All right, all right. So Nick, I kind of saw that smirk and that nod of acknowledgement. So you part of that defense. So talk
Yes,
to
sir.
us, man. How's it been seeing improvement?
Uh, to be honest, the new guys coming in, to be honest, like I said, you can't even tell that they're new. The way that we all mesh together, and the growth, just as like with myself as a player, and just being able to have that chemistry with all the guys that I've been playing with for all these years. It's definitely coming together really, really well.
So Kyle, you're on that offense, right? So
Yes.
between this year and last year, do you feel like your role is maybe the same, less, more? How is it the roles of the wide receivers and specifically your role on this offense been a little bit different from last year?
I think my role has grown this year from last year. Specifically because our entire receiver core has moved on to the next level. So
Mhm.
my we have a whole new group of receivers. So I have to be the leader of the group. To kind of teach them the ins and outs of the game. So yeah, I believe my role has definitely grown.
All right. And coach, talking about leadership, we've obviously talked to the commissioner. We've talked teams from the South, and some of the other head coaches and owners. As a member of the coaching staff for Jersey, how important is the leadership for you guys as coaches, and then as those veteran players that you have? How important is that has been and going to be for the success of your team this season?
It's always important. The
Hmm.
leadership aspect of a coach is always going to be important. But I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head when you mentioned the veterans.
Right.
Sometimes as coaches, it's nice to put your hands up and step back and see a veteran player like Nick, like Kyle, jump in and say, hey, listen, defense got to do a better job rallying to the ball. Kyle's going to get in and say, listen, quarterback's got to throw the ball a little bit sooner, and then we got to rally back to the ball. Sometimes as a coach, you want to just kind of get the flow going and watch the players take over. That's exactly what they've done. Sometimes AJ, myself, Coach Ja, we just sit back there and let the players handle it. We can only do so much as coaches. We could coach you and lead you in the right direction. But if you want to get fired up, sometimes it's got to be your teammates that have to do it, and they've been doing a great job of that.
Yes, that's something that's been prevalent throughout, all the people I've had a chance to talk with, as far as coaches and players. One of the things that's been consistent is, hey, coaches, we want to coach, we want to get the players better, but then the players stepping in, jumping up, and kind of saying, hey, we got it on our shoulders as well. So glad to have some guys here that have that veteran presence, as well as a coach who kind of sees what's going on. So my last question for everyone. Obviously, Coach, you're on the offensive side of the ball. Kyle, you're on the offensive side of the ball. Nick, you're on the defensive side of the ball. But when you are out in practice, I already know the answer, but I'm just going to ask the question so other people can also, get this answer. If you see something that maybe you can help with, like Nick, you see a running back, maybe he's cutting too slow, or maybe he's kind of giving up what he's doing early by certain movements. You see a lineman kind of shaking his hands or leaning a certain way if there's going to be a running play, pass play, things like that. Kyle, coach, if you see a defensive player kind of stepping up to the line a little bit too early or moving the same way all the time, if he's going to blitz or pass rush, is it a situation where you feel comfortable saying, hey, man, I just want to let you know I noticed that when you're, you know, in run block, for instance, you always kind of lean back a little bit, or when you're getting ready to rush, you always kind of lean on your left foot a little bit and tap. Like, are you guys comfortable with even going to people that may not be in your group, but saying, hey, I noticed this. I just want to let you know. Hopefully, it's something that'll help out the team as a whole.
Absolutely, and I'll just jump in with that real quick. There's been a
Mhm.
lot of times where I've gone to the receivers, and I talk about what I know. I've been coaching offensive line for 25 years, so if we are doing anything like perimeter blocking wise, or if they have to stalk block, and I notice that their hands are out wide, respectfully, I'll go over and say, without trying to step on other coaches' toes, get your hands in tighter. You know what I mean? Position your shoulders so this way you stay in front and you're not lagging off and then dragging and then grabbing onto you. You're gonna get us a holding penalty. So, it's all a family. We're all trying to help each other. Nobody's trying to step on anybody's toes. But if you see something, you say something.
Yep. And just to add to what Coach Pino said, um, like he said, you if you have knowledge of something, there's nothing wrong with sharing that with another teammate, whether it's somebody that's in your group or not. Like I said, I play a little bit of both. I play offense and defense, so I'll run a route and I'll go to the defender that I just went against and tell him like hey, you should do this or hey, you should do that, just to kind of like give him a little more knowledge and a little more in his arsenal. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And I've actually done that plenty of times in camp.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just there's no egos. Nobody's on the field with an ego. Everybody's there to grow, and everybody understands the job. So when everybody's on the same page, to be honest with you, there's never really that feeling, where you can't go and tell somebody like, hey, listen, you could have did this, you could have did that. Even today, I actually just sent our running back, our starting running back. I sent him a DM of a video of a move that I was like, man, if you do this, I was like, you'll kill us linebackers. So to be honest, we're always helping each other.
Sounds good, man. Like I said, these are all things that I've noticed consistently throughout, everyone I've talked to in the league. And that's great because it shows like even from the top, everyone's wanting to improve and everybody's wanting to get better. So good people watching this, when you see these gentlemen from the Jersey Bearcats, pay attention, find a way to watch, what they're doing. I'm going to also allow everyone to kind of let everybody know where they can find you individually and any information that you'd like to give in regards to the team. Feel free to do so now, gentlemen.
Coach, you got the floor.
Oh, thank you, Nick. You can find me on Facebook under my name, David Pinto. I get a lot of questions on my Instagram and Twitter. It's P2 underscore bar BAR. People, I like to keep in touch and talk offensive line play with a lot of people. So if you ever have a question or if you just ever want to talk all line play, I am the guy that you want to do it with. So feel free to reach out.
You can find me on Instagram at nick.price underscore. Also on Facebook, it's Nick Price CFT. And to be honest with you, there's not much to be said. I mean, good luck to everybody.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook. It's my name, Kyle Ward. My Instagram handle is a little has a vulgar word in it, so I won't share. But yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Kyle Ward.
Fair enough. And gentlemen, would anybody like to share, just for those who may not know, where you can find information on the team and the team's page, team's website?
Yeah, on Instagram, you could look us up on Jersey Bearcats. Also on Facebook, Jersey Bearcats as well. We're based out of Roselle, New Jersey. The Warren Nickel Sports Center is our home. And tickets actually are on sale now. So we hope to see you guys at the first home game.
Come check us out.
All right. So there you have it. Spoke with some people from the Jersey Bearcats. We'll be moving on. But gentlemen, we appreciate all of you in your time for hopping on, sharing a little bit of time with us and letting everybody get to know you a little bit.
Thank you for having me.
We're sliding over, and we're going to be talking about the Jersey Roughnecks. What's going on, fellas?
What's up? What's up, cool?
How you doing, man?
Just out here chilling, man. Enjoying, as well as the people, getting an opportunity to, meet individuals from all the teams, coordinators, coaches, players as well, and just kind of let everybody see what the AL2's got going on Turf Talk. So, Coach, we'll start with you. Just let the people know who you are. No one can introduce you like yourself. And then, Shay, after that, we'll get the same from you.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm Coach Woods, the offensive coordinator for the New Jersey Roughnecks.
All right, Shay.
What's up? I am the defensive lineman of New Jersey Roughnecks, previous player of Jersey Bearcats, and also the Reading Raptors, champion with both teams.
Okay. So Shay said he's bringing the championship pedigree wherever he go.
Big facts.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So Shay, I'm gonna start with you. Sounds like you've been around a little bit. You've been on, the Bearcats, so kind of familiar with them as well. Do you feel like you guys, the Roughnecks, are in a position where you'll be able to compete this year for the division as well as the championship?
So I know a lot of the guys that we're playing with on the team, definitely some dogs. I know the caliber of the Jersey Bearcats. I know the caliber of the War Eagles. Well, not so much because I heard they're merging teams, but I know the caliber of the Stampede. So I know the league in general, and I can honestly say that we are going to be some competitors. Like, there is nobody in the league that's just going to walk over us. That's for sure. So, I mean, they definitely got some competition in this league.
All right, Coach Woods, I'm going to ask you the same question.
Oh yeah, we got some ballers, that's for sure. So I've been following the league for a while, so I feel like we can compete with anybody, to be honest.
Okay. I know some teams in the South that like to hear that.
Oh yeah.
Some dogs down there too. I love it, man. Everybody I've talked to so far feels like they have a chance to compete, and I love that. And I love the sense of like brotherhood, but as well as, hey, it's a brotherhood, but at the same time, when we walk on that field, we're trying to beat you down.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's some friendly fire.
We try to beat you down on the field.
Oh yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
For me, it's 60 minutes. We on the field. I learned that from the Bearcats. You feel me? We don't stop until that clock hits 0. You know what I mean? So a lot of the guys I'm brothers with on the outside, like we got each other on Facebook, Instagram. We've hung out outside of playing on the field. But once we within them lines, yeah, I ain't got too much to say to you. Or if I am talking to you, it's for a purpose.
It's a little smack talk.
Yeah, for sure, right.
Oh yeah. Anybody that don't have on this color, it's up for. So I don't have no friends in football. We came here to do a job, and I make sure I do the best of my ability to compete that job.
All right. I dig that, right? That's what it's supposed to be. So, Coach, as far as the offense goes, you are the offensive coordinator. Do you feel like the offense is clicking really well now? Maybe the defense is a little bit ahead. Maybe the offense is a little bit ahead. How do you feel about your offensive unit compared to your defense going into the season, still in the preseason?
Yeah, I mean, offense is a little bit more difficult than defense. I think we got to gel a little more. It's a lot of timing and things of that nature. But I think on both sides of the ball, we're looking pretty solid. We got a lot of work to do. Of course, it's still a little early, but I believe we both gonna be competitive on both sides of the ball. So we've been warring in camp, so we continue to challenge each other and get better.
All right, Shay, offensive line, defensive line, who's gonna win right now?
Right now, I'm going defensive line. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm going defensive line. We put the work on them every single week. You know what I'm saying? But that also sharpens them. Iron sharpens iron. You feel what I'm saying? So it's competitive, but we sharpen each other every single practice. That's why we know we can compete when it comes to these games.
Absolutely.
Okay. So from a leadership standpoint, and Jay, I believe you feel to me like a guy that's a leader on the team. And Coach Woods, you definitely also feel to me as a guy who people listen to just by the aura around the person. The looming presence of, hey, we've got this team here now. There may be guys who are going to be moving on to other leagues because that's the goal. But at the same time, that can change the dynamic of the team. How easy or difficult is it to kind of keep that together as you're having those things happen, like during the season, guys maybe needing to leave because they've been signed to other teams and things throughout the season? And is that the main focus of, and this part is for you, Coach, going out and trying to make sure we have as much depth as we can and as many guys getting opportunities? And then Shay, for you, a separate question, how does that impact you as a leader on the team to have guys that may be leaving? So you may have to step up and do even more on the leadership side based on who's going to be there later on in the season.
Yeah.
You can go first, Coach.
Got you. Yeah, the ultimate goal is to get guys moving up. That's the ultimate goal. Now, for the organization, it's important for us also to be prepared for those guys to move up, which means we're bringing in depth, talent. We want to continue to move these guys up. So as of now, I think we have a nice amount of talent. So I think we'll be fine. You know, we'll be good there. But the ultimate goal is to get guys moving up. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can say from on my side of the story, I've now had the experience of moving up. Ultimately, I didn't make the final roster, but I did get invited to camp with the Willing Miners this past couple weeks. So I can say that I got the experience, and one thing that I can do as being a leader, even if I don't get the call back to go back up there, I can tell them what to expect. You feel me? Once you get there, it's intensity. You feel me? Show up on time, be on time. You know what I mean? Study your playbook, know what you're doing when you go to practice, not asking questions. You feel what I'm saying? So I can lead by that, lead by example. You feel me? And I'm grateful for the opportunity that I did get in Willing. And once again, that's me moving up from the Jersey Bearcats. So once again, shout out to them. You feel me? AJ puts people in the right places, in the right situations to move up. And I expect the same thing from the Roughnecks. We have a lot of young talent. So a lot of these guys have ample time. I'm 32 years old. You feel what I'm saying? So I can talk to them like, look, you got such and such amount of years. I'm connected with this person that's connected to that person that's connected to that person. So I have a couple different avenues that I can take at as it with a on a leadership level. You feel me? From personal and as a player.
All right. And then another thing I wanted to ask you guys about professionalism. So obviously, I've had conversations with Commissioner. You know, I've been on the show with him and other owners as well as other coaches. What I've noticed and what I feel is that you guys do a great job as organizations of also getting guys ready on those aspects, right? Because when you step up to a different level, there's a different level of professionalism. Even when you're on this level, people are watching you. You never know who's there, who's watching. So what happens within the organization to kind of help these guys develop that professionalism so that when they are being watched or when they're being interviewed, when they have those opportunities on the next level, maybe they don't make it, but it's not because of certain things. It's just, a numbers game.
Well, yeah, I'll speak on that. I mean, it's just being on time, doing the small things that count. Uh, I think some of these guys don't realize how important being professional is.
Right.
That's just as well as being talented. Like a lot of these guys, then I have coached at a higher level, and professionalism is a big part. And we prepare our guys to be professional because, again, the whole plan of this situation is to move these guys up.
Definitely. And Shay, as someone who's had those opportunities, obviously you kind of spoke to this already, but it's probably a different dynamic between you and some of the younger guys and guys that may have not had those opportunities and some of the things that you can, impart into those guys.
Yeah, once again, like I said, I can be a leader in that shape and form. Once again, giving credit to AJ, that is one of the most cleanest, most professionalism teams that I have been a part of. I was playing semi-pro, so to go from semi-pro, people arguing on the field, arguing in group chats and all that stuff, that's not tolerated with the Bearcats. So we have our group pages. We only discuss business. We have events on there, what's supposed to happen, where you're supposed to be, and show up on time. You feel me? That's how you keep your roster spot. So once again, with me being a leader and a vet on the Roughnecks, I can shine that light on them. Like, look, this how we're not gonna talk all crazy in the group message. You feel me? We're gonna talk business, what needs to happen and what doesn't need to happen, and we're gonna leave it at that. Not asking who want to play Madden tonight and all the other stuff. We're not focused. That doesn't show focus. So once again, like I said, just being a leader and bringing what I learned from my previous teams and everything like that onto this team, I think it's going to be a fantastic thing. I'm not going to lie.
I like it. So definitely good luck to, you guys this season. Hope you have a wonderful season. Last thing, Coach Anshay, any other things you'd like to put out there, and also where you can find you guys individually and, of course, the organization as well on social media?
No, I'm just excited to get out there and ball, to be honest. You can find me on Facebook at Wooch Woods, WOOCH WOODS. You can also find the team page at New Jersey Roughnecks via Facebook, also via Instagram. Make sure you get your tickets.
Yeah, most definitely. I just want to shout out all my teammates, of course, you feel me? Shout out to my mom, my kids, everybody out there. Appreciate Shady Network for putting me on. Nick said something earlier. I was listening to him. You asked him about the championship, and he said it belongs to us. Nah, homie. We coming for that thing, you heard? We coming for that thing for sure, Brody. Best believe it. But yeah, look out for me. You feel me? I hope. I mean, God has real plans for my life right now. So not only in football, but on the spiritual level, I'm doing a lot of things. I'm a musician, an actor. So definitely tap into my Instagram. Yeah, I got it written on the screen right there. I am _Shay Davis. You feel me? So I'm looking to grow in many type of ways. So I mean, make sure y'all tap in with your boy.
Perfect. So there we go. We got a little friendly war words there. Like, hey, it's not just yours. It's not yours. That was last year. You got some other people coming for it this year. So
For
it's
sure.
gonna be fun to see everybody. Man, I'm excited to just see everybody's team, see how things come together, and see where people are now, but also see where we're at the end of the season when we headed for that championship.
Right.
Gentlemen, appreciate you guys coming on. Look forward to having some other conversations with you guys as well. And thanks for coming.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
So now we got the Maryland War Eagles. I've heard some good things about the War Eagles as well as the other teams. So same as before, guys. I don't believe anybody can introduce you better than yourselves. Kadeem, we'll start with you, and then Coach Jimmy will rock with you after that.
All right, my name is Kadeem Bailey. I'm the defensive back for the Maryland War Eagles. You know, this is my third year in the league. I'm excited. Can't wait for this bump. Can't wait. It's Suso all day. We show up and show out. That's the motto. That's what we know. Duct tape's dirty basement. We're going to show them what it's like to ball out in Baltimore.
So Coach Jimmy, offensive coordinator for the Maryland War Eagles. Kadeem said it all. I'm just ready to get started. You know, preseason, it's a long preseason. I'm just ready to get started.
So, guys, I'm gonna just ask you both the first question. We got the OC again. We got a DB. Right now, you put the offense against the defense. Who's taking care of business in camp a little bit more?
Go ahead. Well, so ironically, I'm a defensive back by trade. Played defensive back in high school, college, all the playing years after that. But honestly, right now the defense is a little bit ahead. That's I think that's to be expected. In my experience, that's what normally happens. I think one of the coaches, I think it was the New Jersey coach that you just had on, said, you know, the defense is usually ahead. Offense is a lot of timing, a lot of gelling, a lot of things that have to happen in order for the offense to work smoothly. Whereas on the defensive side of the ball, kind of once you know the scheme, you know, you're flying around, it goes a little bit faster. So right now the defense is a little bit ahead, but that's okay. You know, that's perfectly okay. We'll be good to go come week
one. Looks like Kadeem agrees with that 100%.
Man, defense is always going to be the backbone of any team because defense championships. I feel as though the defense that we have, our offense isn't going to see another defense like that. You know, so what we operate with at practice is definitely something that this league is going to have to see. You know, we definitely going to show something. You know, I'm very confident in what we got going on, and I stand by my guys, and we can rotate and mix it up and show you different flashes. We coming for it. Like, that's all I can really say. We coming for it. We gonna show y'all.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that I've learned along the way, learned about the AAL2, you know, in conversations with different people within the league, is there's a lot of guys like Coach Jimmy who have experience, whether it's in the position they're playing or not, but they have experience. So they're able to kind of talk to you, relate to you on a level of, hey, I used to play this game. And then, of course, Coach Jimmy, the guy that used to play on the defense, even though he's coaching the offense. So I'm sure if Coach Jimmy walks over to you and says, hey, Kadeem, you got to get hands off a little bit, man. You got to push a little bit harder. You got to break a little bit sooner if you're trying to get that interception. You have that connection because you know his past, even though it may not be where he's coaching, the experience, and you're able to say, all right, let me try to put what he's telling me into play because I'm trying to be the best player I can be.
And it's actually funny that you said that. Me and Coach Jimmy actually have a history prior to coming back together. He actually coached for the 2019 Arbutus Big Red. We was running for the championship that year. Unfortunately, we didn't come back with it, but he's been my coach. I know his coaching style through and through. I know how to get his message across and know what he's trying to deliver. So I know I'm able to relay the messages to the guys as best as I can. But, me being 35 years old, I didn't play semi-pro and now I done stepped into the Arena League and I'm excited about the Arena League. And between my first year and now, I'm able to really translate all the knowledge that these gentlemen have instilled in me into the new generation because I see it as my career now. I'm trying to go, if my name get called up, I take the opportunity. But if they get a quicker look and I help them get the knowledge and help them absorb the knowledge as best as they can, I'm gonna live vicariously through them. Like, I'm at a point in my career where I can say I'm gonna enjoy that part. One guy could be there, one practice, we get a message in the group, he got picked up, next man up. We try to send somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's again another thing that's unique but also exciting. I feel like about AL2 is that you have that opportunity, right? You may be the third, corner today, and you're not playing a lot, and next week you may be the starter, right? You may be, so you got to be ready at all times.
Hey, one snap.
One snap to every snap.
Yeah.
So Coach Jimmy, it sounds like Kadeem may not know it, but he kind of being groomed to be on the other side possibly in the future.
Oh,
I always tell my older guys, it's not going to be too long before you got a hat and a whistle. And a lot of times I'll tell them, you hear everything I'm saying, sooner or later you're going to be saying the same thing to some young guy. And because I find myself a lot of times when I'm talking to guys, even when you get to the point where you got to fuss at them a little bit, I look at them like, you guys getting on my nerves because you're making me sound like my coaches and my father. So
yeah, we never want to sound like our fathers when it comes to discipline and stuff. Because boy, you remember how them conversations used to burn a little bit.
You get to realize you talking like your father. It's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's the stuff you used to fuss at you about, and then you go fussing at somebody else with that same same examples and all that good stuff. Yeah. All right, so I know you guys are poised. I know you guys feel like you, like everybody else I talk to, I love it, are in a position to make some things happen this season, not next season, not the season after that, but this season in the AL2. So if you could name one thing that you feel like would be a positive difference maker for you guys' team, what would it be?
I think for us, we have good depth this year.
Okay.
I think you had the Bearcats on first, and they mentioned that we merged. Last year was Maryland Eagles and the Warriors, and we merged into one team because both from Baltimore. And we noticed that when we played each other, we had what they needed, so it kind of didn't make sense. And we all have coached together before, so that merger allowed us to have a lot more depth than we've had in the past. So that's going to help out quite a bit, especially as the season goes on. I'm sure the other coaches can attest to the same thing. As the season goes on, you lose guys. Like I said, some guy may get called up. We hate to talk about it, but it is a part of the game. A guy may be injured. He's out a week. He's out 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. But from what I've seen so far and looking at the roster, we have a lot of depth that we didn't have in the past. I think that's going to be a big thing for us. And I'm sure the other coaches can say the same thing.
Man, for me, the biggest thing is adaptability. I say that for everything in my life, so I want that to be the model for the season because things happen. Like Coach just said, things happen. So it's always going to be next man up. You know what I'm saying? You have guys, for example, in the semi-pro world, who complain about playing time, but if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. So once your number get called and you make the plays that you make, now you in rotation. You know, a lot of people coming into the league not understanding the rookie rotation, you know what I'm saying, or understanding that guys travel to play. So you may not see guys, you know what I'm saying? So if you understand that when you worry about yourself and adapt to the situation at hand, you can make plays for the whole team. You can make teams. You can make your whole teammate better just by adapting your situation. So adaptability is real going to be key for us.
Okay. So the last question I'll ask you guys: how important is it for younger guys who've been around a little bit, vets, whoever, mental reps and tape watching? How important is that?
That's important. The mental reps alone, you could just sitting in your room and just be thinking about the situation, envisioning the interception, how you broke on that route, how you attacked the shoulder, how you did this. Because once you connect the mental reps with the actual visual and it comes together in that moment, it's like muscle memory already. Then when you sit there and like somebody said earlier was talking about the tendencies of a player, you creep up to the line a little bit, this and that. Those tendencies are subconscious. So you see those on tape because once a player is in his mind thinking about something else, the subconscious things stand out the most. How a lineman sits back on his toes or in his kick step when he's tired or so on and so forth. If I'm a linebacker and I see after 5 snaps a tackle is gasping for air, I'm about to bull rush. I'm about to get up in you, you know what I'm saying, and just get you up out the way. I'm gonna use your weakness in that moment because I've been studying you and waiting for that weakness to show. I'm gonna use that weakness in that moment to adapt and win and cause havoc. So watching film is unmatched. Mental reps is definitely unmatched. Shadow boxing.
And I would say it's kind of two-part for me. I think for the vets, the mental reps are key for two reasons. Key for the older guys, you want to keep some of the wear and tear off of their body, and they don't need as many of the physical reps as the younger guys. Obviously, the part of film that I always emphasize with guys is self-scouting. Scout yourself. Coach Steeple says it all the time. What are your own tendencies? With the young guys, teaching them that when you watch film, don't look for what you did good. You're going to continue to do that well. Whatever it is you do well, you're going to do well anyway. Look for your mistakes. Look for the things you did wrong that you can correct. And same thing, when we watch film, hey, what happened on this play? Well, why did you break your route off at 8 when it was supposed to go to 10? Or why didn't you break your route off? You got a 9, but you see it's the corner and the safety sitting high. Why didn't you break that route off? It doesn't make sense to keep running into coverage. So things like that. Obviously, like I said, the older guys, they know this stuff already. So for them, it's just a matter of getting back in the groove and bringing that stuff back out of the archives. And for the young guys, it's more teaching them that, hey, this is the way you have to do it. This is the angle you have to take. This is why you have to do this. Or you mentioned earlier, I see a receiver, hey, we know you're running a post because at the line, you're already leaning that way before you release. things like that. If I'm looking at DBs, hey, you're sitting on your heels, I know you're bailing. Little things like that. Just getting the guys to see in film, see themselves, and then look for those tendencies in your opponent. I was actually talking to one of the young guys in practice the other day, saying, hey, actually it was our quarterback. And I said, you got to look at certain things. If your slot receiver's on the ball, how's the defense playing him? If your X receivers on, off, how are they playing? Where, how's that linebacker dropping, things like that. And then when I ask you, what are you seeing? Tell me so I can help you, so I can put you in the best position to be successful. So just teaching the guys to see those things, I think, is really, really key. And then when we hit the practice field, it's just bang, 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 we can go. We're not spending a whole lot of time on things that we can solve in film.
I've done other divisions, talked to teams and stuff. I feel like I'm sitting here talking to two coaches. One of them just happens to play a little bit, so that's a little different. That's a little interesting. I like it though, right? Because it shows who's next, right? One of these days we're gonna be talking teams, and I'm gonna be like, Coach Kadeen, remember when I interviewed you 2 years ago when you were a player? Now you're a coach. How's it feel, right? We have the ability to do those things, so I love it, man. I love to see guys who kind of embrace that. Hey, at some point, I will maybe help guys on a deeper level by being a coach and helping develop guys as well. So, love to see that there's those guys in the league as well as some young guys coming up, and the guys that's just kind of in the middle. Like, I just want to play right now. So, it's great to see the different levels of everyone in the AAL too. So, gentlemen, if you would just allow everybody to know where they can find you, and again, good luck, and I appreciate you guys coming on.
All right, so you can find me on Facebook, Kadeem Bailey, and then also in the link right here, that's my IG at Hey Bearded Guy. Do so all day. Maryland War Eagles. We here. Duct Tapes, Dirty Basements. Can't wait to see y'all.
Find Maryland War Eagles on Instagram, on Facebook, and our team webpage is marylandwareagles.org. So you can go check us out there, get your Maryland War Eagles merch, all that kind of stuff. Personally, Jimmy the Scenario Lewis on Facebook, and on Instagram, my Instagram handle is CBR Kid 1KRR. So that's where you can find us.
Thanks for giving us a little bit of time. Great opportunity to get to know a little bit about you guys, and for all the people to see a little bit more about you guys. And again, good luck. And thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Commish, what's going on tonight, sir?
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm pumped, man. It's got a lot of guys that's ready,
Yeah.
And these guys are ready to compete. So it's gonna be it should be fun out there on the field this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just as ready as they are.
I hear it, man. I hear it. So any team kind of stand out to you from this division?
Honestly, it's all of them, right? Because we all been playing for each other, against each other for a while now. But the Stampede, though, a lot of people aren't talking about those guys, but them merging with a team that we all used to play, the Hunting Park Seminoles, and their coach is now a part of the staff with Steel City Stampede. So like now you combine another two teams together that was already good by themselves, and now they're together. So it's definitely going to be a good East Division, really good East Division.
Definitely. Really. I mean, we said this before, but I gotta tell you, me and Sam have talked about this before too. It's some nice logos in this league, and some. I think we're gonna have some nice looking uniforms. I haven't had a chance to see all of them yet, but a lot of nice looking, logos. Should be some really nice uniforms.
Yeah,
and I think it's gonna be a really fun year for AAL too. And you're the man to put it together.
My wife actually has made a couple of the logos.
Really?
For the teams in AAL too, yeah.
Okay, so the commissioner's wife got some talent. Because, like I said, some good looking logos, man. Real.
I know anything that gets put out, Bearcats is definitely not me or my partner. So
even though we in commissioner mode now, how the Bearcats looking? I just gotta ask you that. How the Bearcats looking?
We got our ass kicked. Sorry, we got our butt kicked this week by the defense in practice on Saturday. I tell you that. Man, it was one of those days where it was bad.
Well, one of the things that I know you heard it as well, but for everybody listening, one of the things that is important is those defenses are going to be normally ahead. So it gives the offense a chance to kind of clean up, to figure out the things that need to be done differently, and hoping that, hey, my defense is going to be one of the hardest defenses that I face, right? So the rest of the season is just going to be adapting to what the other teams do, because I already been through with my own defense.
Right, yeah. Yep. Now, I know our defense, they fly around. And like I know, Porter was saying, we got some young guys that it's kind of, I don't know if they're young anymore, after 4 weeks.
Right.
They really, some of them really understand the game, that corner, and how to play that backside corner. Like they really do understand. It's crazy. And we got some guys that can get to the quarterback. So thought they were good last year. Oof.
Oh, so he'll be better this year.
It's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
So, Coach, I'm gonna just make this a weekly question for you, Kamish. So, anybody come to mind that's moved up from the league that we haven't mentioned yet?
Well, yeah, Shea Davis. That was on with the Roughnecks.
Yes, sir.
Yep. He went up to Wheeling, and unfortunately they went a different way, but he'll never take it off his resume that he was with Wheeling, and that'll always carry weight when he tries to go back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what some people don't realize. When you go places and it doesn't work out for you, that's still on your resume. That you moved up. It was in a camp of that stature. Yeah, they're 0-3, but they're not an 0-3 roster. People just looking at them coming from the AL2 and not looking at her playing and stuff on the field. That's why they're 0-3 right now. But they'll figure it out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, love it, man. Love it. I know
we get some receivers back too.
Okay, yeah.
Got a receiver that came back. Todd Simmons is back with us.
Mm-hmm.
He was with the UFL. He was with Vegas Nighthawks in the IFL.
Okay.
And now he's back with us. So yeah, we're happy. Depth. It's always good to have depth. Always.
Yeah. And I tell you, man, everyone I've spoken to, even the people we've interviewed and everything, they love you, right? You are a guy that's loved. And that's kind of a little different, right? Not in a negative way, but just a little different when the commissioner, like, man, the commissioner's good, does a good job. He nails things down for us. We talked on the first episode, hey, sometimes things happen during the season. We got to readjust things and smoothly making those adjustments, and how important that is, because it lets everybody else know, like, hey, even though things happen, we good. We still gonna make everything happen like it's supposed to. We just might have to switch a few things up. So definitely kudos to you. Definitely kudos to the teams that I had an opportunity to talk to, the players and the coaches today, and some were player coaches. But just excited, man. I think this is gonna be, having due to divisions. I'm ready for the third one, and I'm excited about just learning more about guys, learning more about teams, and I want to see some guys with the season starts, because this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, tell you, it's gonna be a good one. It is. It really, really is. And I'm excited.
And not too long
for outside of the Bearcats. I'm excited for the season, the talent and stuff that's in the AL2.
Yep, and not too long. We're looking at what, about 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, next weekend.
Yeah, technically next weekend.
Yeah.
So a little bit under 2 weeks. So yeah, we're gonna be getting there. April 5th. Be ready, guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It is gonna be fun.
I'm excited. And we actually the Bearcats this week, we're actually having a practice scrimmage with the Roughnecks
Okay.
on Saturday. Yep. So let two people see different colors, see what how we get after it, make each other better.
Yep, but everybody's getting some scrimmage games in now,
Yeah.
so everybody's kind of getting ready for the official opening. April 5th.
Yeah. It's gonna be nice and controlled though. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be crazy.
Right.
We don't want nobody getting hurt, either team.
Yep. Controlled aggression.
Right.
Still football, but in a way that we're doing what we need to do, but
here to get better, not hurt each other, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's important. That's important for people to understand and know, because some places I'm trying to knock people's head off. Some places we try to develop. We're not to knock people's heads off. We're to develop, do what you're supposed to do at your position, but we're not here for overexerting or trying to injure people and make these ridiculous plays. Just make the play that needs to be made.
Yep. That's it.
I love it.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, Commish, any other thoughts before we get out of here, sir?
No, it's getting closer to the season.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Absolutely. 3 episodes in the books, y'all.
Yeah.
Episodes in the books.
Yep.
Many more to come.
And great following so far too, man. Great views, number wise and stuff. I'm just glad people are watching. That's all.
And definitely shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the people that are resharing it. Shout out to all the people who are watching, and definitely appreciate it. But we're gonna be back next week.
Yeah. Yep. And shout out to all the teams that been on so far.
Oh yeah.
Shout out those guys, man. Those organizations.
Yep. And shout out to everybody as a whole in the AL too.
The whole. Yeah.
Yeah, we making things happen this year. Excited.
Trying, man. Trying. Nobody wants to deal with the little guys. We do.
Hey, little guys become big guys. They just got to grow.
Right. Yep. Takes time.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So with that being said, we are going to be out for the week. Definitely make sure you're paying attention to this league. Make sure that you are signed up, right? Make sure you are following your closest team. If you don't have a close team, you just pick one and you go on their site. You figure out how to support them, how to watch their games. Because this is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
All right. Episode 3.
All right.
And we out. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Retro.